Efton Chisholm will take the touchback for EWU. You got to go back to 1977, the Sun Bowl against Texas A&M, for the only other known time UF has played on a Sunday. Gunnar Talkington is the trigger man for Eastern Washington. He completes to Efton Chisholm, the star wide receiver. He picks up a first down for EWU on the first play from scrimmage. As Gunnar Talkington, the sixth-year senior, first-year starter, sat behind a couple of All-Americans in Gage Gubrud and Eric Barrier. This is his sixth year, and he finally has his chance.
He has his chance, Drew, but there's no education like experience. He's getting that under fire here today.
First down and 10. Micah Smith is the running back, fresh off his first start and best game of his career in the loss to number 4 Montana State. Stacked up after a short game. There is a flag on the far sideline. James Carter is our referee today.
Outside. Defense number 12. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's Justice Boone making his first career start. Redshirt freshman out of South Carolina.
Drew, the consistency's not starting right now. What do I mean by that? First play, they miss a tackle on a little 3-step hitch, and then they jump off sides. Penalties, they get after you a little bit here.
That is what the Florida fans want to see from this defense especially. Smith again on the ground. That got blown up in a hurry by Bretton Cox, the Georgia transfer.
Watch Cox come up here off the ball. He gets off the ball, penetrates, and makes a tackle for loss and puts him at a deficit in second and long. This kid's a good football player, Drew.
Hey, Coach, he's a throwback linebacker, too. You like that neck roll? That's vintage stuff right there.
That's big-time vintage.
He says you don't really need it, but you need it. It's half for fashion, not really for health purposes. Second down and 7, over a minute in. It's Smith again on the ground, testing that right side of the Florida defense. It'll set up third down and 6. Got some new faces in the Florida secondary, and we'll see it on this passing down. And there's Jaden Hill, his first appearance since 2020. He has suffered through some serious knee injuries, but they said he was one of their best players in the spring. He gets the start in his first game in 2 years.
Absolutely. Watch Coach here. Probably going to play man-to-man coverage right off the bat. You see they're pressing the bunch set over here. Watch 3-step drop from Eastern Washington.
Talkington to throw, looks right side, throws a strike complete. First down, Eagles into Florida territory with Jacoby James.
They want bunch to the one side, has a single receiver to the top. They do come out with the 3-step, throws the little hitch, and what we have again, Drew, is a missed tackle. They got to shore up that tackling.
And that was Jaden Hill, playing in his first game in 2 years.
When you don't play a while, especially a young guy like this playing his first college start, tackling's a premium.
Funky formation in the backfield. Talkington will throw with time, swings it out in the flat to Silas Perea, one of the running backs for EWU. A solid gain on first down. For more on the quarterback, let's go back down to Morgan.
Quarterback Gunnar Talkington might be a first-year starter, but has experience playing in a loud FBS stadium. During week 2, they played Oregon, and Talkington said that he had success being able to drown out the noise from the very first snap. They practiced that all week in practice. He said it's a real surreal experience being here at the Swamp, growing up watching Florida games. He's a big Tim Tebow fan, guys.
Well, who isn't, Morgan? It's great stuff. He's out of Battleground, Washington, a suburb of Portland. As they go back to Smith around the right side, he's ganged up on. You see big 51 in there in the orange and blue. That is Ventrell Miller, a guy who's been dealing with some injuries, but he's the leader of this defense.
You talk about Ventrell Miller. You mentioned to me earlier your famous team there, the Vikings, are here scouting. I'm sure they're scouting that young man right there.
He is a bad dude, playing through what's been reported as a fractured right foot. Last week at Tennessee, he was probably their best defensive player despite that. Another third down for Eastern Washington. They keep it on the ground again, fighting forward. They're going to be just short by about a yard. That was 22 Justice Jackson in there on the carry.
Had a nice little push by Rivera and Dahlgren there on the inside. 4 down territory. They ran the football. 4th and real short here with that big line. I would anticipate some type of play action here. They're in an unbalanced set.
It'd be about a 55-yard field goal from here, so the Swamp is about to get loud. Talkington on the option, keeps it, and the quarterback picks it up and then some. Down at the 30-yard line. First down EWU after the gain of 6.
That was a really nice design. I did not see that breaking their film down this week. They went with the unbalanced line. You see there's only 2 guys over here to the left of heavy type, and they sit and they go speed option, runs at the defensive end who's trying to take pitch and quarterback, and he cuts it back inside. Well-designed play and well executed by Eastern Washington.
How about number 2 sticking his nose in it too? They told us this week he is all of 5'9", the quarterback in an SEC stadium. And Talkington throws again. That's a strike to the left side, and Eastern Washington is moving on the opening drive. Finds Nolan Ulm for a first down.
Nice catch by Ulm. I would have liked to see him turn it up and get a little bit more yards, but great accuracy there by Talkington.
How about Gunnar Talkington replacing a guy in Eric Barrier who won the Walter Payton Award last year? That's the FCS Heisman. He broke every record at Eastern Washington. Talkington waited his turn, and he's balling out so far. Not that time, though. Blown up quickly by Brenton Cox, who's been busy on this first drive.
That's Cox's second tackle for loss there. You know, when they ran the speed option last time, he made a beautiful read and tucked it up inside. This time, they run the zone read. He should have given that ball because Cox was high and wide. He could have taken up inside there.
Loss of 8 on first down.
Don't want to be behind the chains like this if you're Eastern Washington.
Got to be careful not to get out of field goal range, too. Talkington faked the pitch, rolling to his right. He's got plenty of space. Keep an eye on the line of scrimmage, and he is piled up. Amari Burney, number 2, was in there first, and they're going backwards now.
They are. Nice job by Burney. What they tried to do, they went naked boot, but they had a wheel coming back on the backside, which took too long to develop with that defensive line there. Here comes their nickel package.
3rd and about the same distance as it takes to get from Cheney to Gainesville. You see Patrick Toney there, the defensive coordinator for Florida. As Talkington will keep it on the ground this time, Eastern Washington goes conservative on 3rd and 22. Micah Smith on the carry. They'll set it up at about the 26-yard line as Jervon Dexter was in there on the stop.
I actually like that call. The reason why is because, like you said, they were 3rd and forever, and they run that zone play in. They're in field goal range. Let's take the 3 and get out of here.
They bring out Seth Harrison, the redshirt junior out of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. A 43-yard attempt to put Eastern Washington on the board. That is hooking, and it is money. Luckily here in Gainesville, mostly unaffected. Ready to play a football game here on a Sunday afternoon. Drew Carter, Dave Steckel, Morgan Uber back with you as Florida and Trevor Etienne lets it roll through the end zone. Yeah, they said Wednesday of this week was the best practice he's had here. And we had to clarify, you mean last Wednesday or this Wednesday? Because he was so good in that Tennessee game with those 453 passing yards. They said no, this Wednesday, as he continues to get more acclimated with this offense. Montrell Johnson is the running back behind him. On Florida's first offensive play, Richardson faked the boot. He'll load it up and cut it loose with that big arm. Justin Shorter has the long gain on the first play. Touchdown, Gators. Adam Mahalik out there for the extra point. 7-3 UF. Richardson showing off the arm, coach.
Yes, sir. Watch this. They go max protection. They motion the tight end. They go max protection. Away play. Comes back. Throws the post. Outruns the secondary. Locks it in the hands. And he sprints him out into the end zone for a touchdown. Pre-game here, so he's off to a very good start.
Efton Chisholm, the deep man for Eastern Washington, takes a knee. They'll start at the 25. Same place they did last time when they went 13 plays for 49 yards. Mid-70s here in Gainesville, but it is hotter on the field. There is no doubt. Talkington to throw on the first play of a new drive. Nice throw and a nice catch by Freddie Roberson, but ruled incomplete. Another all-conference wide receiver for Eastern Washington.
Didn't get that foot down. That was excellent coverage on the receiver. Nice throw, but Marshall did a really good job of playing in man-to-man there.
That was Talkington's first incompletion. He was 4 for 4 on the opening drive. On 2nd down and 10, they will run the ball with Justice Jackson. A couple of nice moves and a first down for Eastern Washington.
Nice little jump cut in the middle. This guy's a get back on track thing. What do I mean by that? 2nd and 10, he wants to get into a, obviously got a first down here, but they want to get into a manageable. And Justice Jackson here, they were just a simple zone play, makes a nice jump cut in the hole, makes the linebacker miss, has a nice little burst upfield.
Fresh set for Talkington and plenty of space on the roll out to the right. Throws on the run, and it's a missile again. This guy looks good as they will move the sticks one more time, finding Chisholm again. Now, Trey Dean is out today with a lower leg injury. Dean is a guy who's been under fire, the starting Florida safety, who's the top tackler on the team and one of the top in the SEC. We will not see him today. It's Jackson again around the right side, finds a seam, puts the head down, and falls forward for a solid gain on first down. Shamar James, the freshman out of Mobile, Alabama, in there on the stop, and there is Trey Dean. He got burned a couple times last week on Rocky Top, Coach.
He did. He actually did, and you know, you learn by fire. He's learning a new defensive scheme. He is the veteran out there. Now they're out there in the back end with all sophomores and freshmen, but they are athletic young guys. There's his replacement, Wilson, right there.
And Kamari making his first career start today. Back on the ground for EWU, and that one is stacked up and going nowhere. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage as Princely Uman Miel in 33 is in on the stop.
Did a really nice job there on that thing. What they did is they went with what's called a 5-5-1 blitz. As you see on your screen, Wilson, that's the young man who took over for Dean. He's a very talented young man. He was the backup boundary free safety, moving over to boundary safety.
And Coach, 5-star recruit, that means he is guaranteed to be a good college player, right?
5-star recruit, number 5. All matches. It all matches.
Back on the ground on 3rd and short. Micah Smith sifting forward. That should be enough for a first down, Eastern Washington.
You can tell they're determined here when they get into the plus territory. They're running the ball twice now on 3rd down. They're thinking 4 down in that situation because they know they're going to only get so many opportunities to go down here and score.
There's a head coach, Aaron Best. Year 6 as the head man, year 26 in Cheney as a player, assistant, and head coach.
Still got the guns on his arm. Looks like he can still play.
Oh, yeah. Talkington over the middle. Chisholm is open, and he hurdles forward for another first down, Eagles. So Efton Chisholm, a guy they spoke very highly of throughout the week, has a 14-yard gain, and he has been all over.
There's the RPO. They call it run pass option. Back in the day, Drew, it used to be called play action pass, but now they call it old run pass option. Very good job faking the zone. They ran the slant pattern inside. There was outside leverage on the receiver. Nice pitch and catch there.
Chisholm with 3 for 38 already. We asked the coach, Aaron Best, if you could draft any guy on the roster, if you're working for an NFL team, who would it be? He said 89. This guy's not bad either. Micah Smith, 100 yards last week, and they're keeping him busy again here at the Swamp, brought down by Ventrell Miller after a gain of 7.
Breaking down the video all week, I really like this Smith kid. I think he's explosive. He's got good acceleration and vision. That was a new play they ran. I did not see that one on film. It looked like they were going with the way play. They took the left guard and pulled him back and ran a trap play back into the boundary. Nice design.
If you're going to pull off the unthinkable, an upset like this, maybe that's what you got to do. Again, a run. This time, Jackson tried to bounce it outside, but no gain on 2nd down. 3rd and short coming up. Big 51 Miller was in there again.
Nice stop by the defense there. That was like ducks on a June bug, man. There was about 6 or 7 guys on there. No one went for the fly sweep fake, man.
Can't say I've heard that one before, Steph.
Now this has been their 4-down territory zone from the standpoint of they've been running the football here because they were going on 4th down. I would anticipate 3-step, get the ball out quick. There's off coverage to the boundary there.
3rd down and 3. Smith flies forward into the line. He's gonna be short by about a yard. So we'll see what Coach Best in Eastern Washington opt to do here.
They ran zone. I'd take the points here in this situation personally, and the reason why is because you come away with a win, you make it a 7-6 point game. Now, obviously, if you make this, you look like a hero. If you don't make this, the momentum swings back.
The offense is out there.
Here's the unbalanced set that they ran last time with the speed option. They went back to it.
They did. Silas Perea, check that. Justin Jackson's going nowhere. And guess who? Ventrell Miller.
They went to the well once too often there, Drew, in my opinion, because it was the exact same look out of a different formation. It was still unbalanced. And they went for the speed option. He made a good read here on the pitch. See the unbalance? Good fake there. Makes a very nice read on the pitch. But as you see the secondary pursuit there, nice wrap up and tackle.
Total command of this offense and just being a phenomenal leader for this team.
All right, good stuff, Morgan. Yeah. Billy Napier has had high praise for Anthony Richardson ever since the coach arrived in Gainesville. As Richardson starts on first down and 10, is this the same play they ran last time on the 75-yard touchdown? Instead, he'll scramble to the sideline, make an eagle miss, and there goes 15. Anthony Richardson is dangerous in the open field into Eastern Washington territory, and he steps out of bounds across midfield.
No, Drew, that wasn't the same play. They went in a bunch set to the right, went with a zone look, play action naked. He came back around the corner with a run pass option on the perimeter. Here you see him coming around. Actually, he's very well covered here by Eastern Washington. Got a missed tackle there, a little whoop there, and he's off to the races.
Gain of 45 after making a couple men miss. Montrell Johnson behind him, and they'll run it for the first time today, and Johnson steps through a tackle, and he is taken down by number 4 Anthony Smith after a solid gain on first down.
Came back for the same formation there. Look at this guy. He plants, comes back, a missed tackle. The linebacker had his shoulders turned to the sideline, which you can't readjust with that one, and he takes it off. He looks like he ran a little out of gas there on that run, though.
The offensive coordinator, Rob Sale, told us when we asked him what clicked for him last week. He said, good question. Wish we could bottle it up and have it every week. Seems like he's turned a corner. Under 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. Richardson, after the pump fake, plenty of time, throws to a wide open tight end, Keon Zipperer, who put his foot in the ground and takes it inside the 5. Connor O'Farrell finally on the stop after a 28-yard gain.
What they did on that formation, they went what's called FSL, which means formation to the sideline. Put the strength of their formation into the sideline, which isolated the X receiver. He gave a pump fake. He was looking for the seam route that was covered well and dumped it out into the flat on the wheel route there.
Florida going hurry up and going into the end zone again. Montrell Johnson with the touchdown. Two drives, 2 easy touchdowns for the Gators. 14-3.
Okay, you go back here, watch him put a foot in the ground, plant, great sidestep, comes in, does it again, and he comes down the sideline. He needs a little bit better ball security, in my opinion. And now he comes back, looks at the X. Here's the tight end on a little wheel route, dumps it off to him there. Wants to run over you, that guy. I like that guy. He's tough. And now on the touchdown, watch the push from the left side. They get a big hole. They climb to the second level, and you get a really nice crack block by the tight end there. And he pushes it into the end zone, right behind Ethan White, old number 77.
Trace Mack kicks it away, and Efton Chisholm will return this one for Eastern Washington. And he got hog-tied at the 15-yard line. There's a flag on the field.
During the return, personal foul, face mask, 44 of the kicking team, 15 yards to be added at the end of the run, first down.
That's Jack Pyburn on the penalty, so Eastern Washington will have great field position.
And right there, ooh.
Pretty easy one.
That was a real easy one. I missed it from up here the first time.
It's been 2 drives and 2 solid ones for Eastern Washington. First one was 13 plays, ended in a field goal. Second one was 9 plays. They turned it over on downs. Gunnar Talkington back to work, and they'll keep it on the ground on the first play with Tuna Altahir, the redshirt freshman.
He's a tough runner. I don't think he has as much wiggle as the other 2 guys. But they're taking that ball and they're running that zone play right behind Wyatt Musser, number 77. I really think personally that he's their best offensive lineman out there.
Keep an eye on 77. Musser, the left guard, redshirt senior out of Kennewick, Washington. Talkington throws again over the middle. Again, it's Efton Chisholm. Short gain on second down, but it is enough to move the sticks.
Move those sticks. Nice job with the three-step. They like the three-step. I'm waiting for some screens to pop up, only from the standpoint of to get the ball out of the hands quick because of that pass rush up front with Florida.
They don't have to run another play here before the quarter ends, but they will. On first down and 10, again, it's Altahir on the carry up the middle. Right on top of that big Gator logo, and that'll take us to the end of the first. Playing this game on a Sunday, just the second one in UF history since the 1977 Sun Bowl. And the Eagles start on the ground to begin this quarter. Tuna Altahir falls forward. It'll be third down and about 6 or 7. Check out Gunnar Talkington. First-year starter. He looks comfortable here.
He looks really comfortable. 7 for 8, 77 yards. Tell you what, he's having a really good first quarter. He's got to continue that on. They're coming out in their out-and-balance set here on third down.
And Anthony Richardson has been dialed in, just like he was last week at Tennessee. Third down and 6. The heat came from the Gators, and they'll stop that in its tracks. Amari Burney on the stop as Altahir caught the screen, sets up fourth down.
That's what they wanted to do. They went unbalanced line. They set up the little short screen, but the on that side of the ball was they were playing man free. So the linebacker did a really nice job covering the running back, so when he caught the ball, he made the tackle.
What's man free, Coach? Man
free, that's when they got 5 eligible receivers. There's 5 defensive players covering them, man, with a post player deep in case something breaks.
Nick Kokich out to punt it away for the first time today. Xavier Henderson on the return calls for a fair catch just outside his own 10-yard line. You see Billy Napier, the head coach, walking in front of him. Napier does call the plays for Florida. Richardson in the pistol. They fake the sweep and keep it on the ground with Naquan Wright, their starting running back this year, for a short gain of a couple on first down. And Billy Napier in year 1 at the helm of UF. I know he's a guy who really impressed you when we talked with him this week, Coach.
I'm a fan of Billy Napier. You know, I was blessed to do some Coastal Carolina radio with my man Joe Cashin, and I got to watch him and study his films. This guy is a process guy. He worked for Coach Saban, learned how to handle the situation, and it's only year 1 building the program, and I think Coach Napier's off to the right start.
Richardson on second down and 8. They swing it out on the wheel route to the running back right, just missed him up top.
What happened on that play? Eastern Washington dialed up a strong safety blitz that came back. It didn't get a home run. You'll see it coming off the left of the screen, the safety blitz coming. Here he comes, rushes the throw just a little bit, gets it high. When he rushes some throws, sometimes throws off that back foot is high, and his accuracy floats a little bit because he had the wheel route wide open there.
He's got an absolute cannon of an arm, and sometimes he throws it a little too high.
Absolutely, no question about it. Here comes motion. They like the motion on third down to see if they're getting man or zone.
It is their first third down of the afternoon, and Richardson throws over the middle, caught again by the tight end Zipperer, coming off a career-high 62 yards last week at Tennessee. He is a first down for the Gators.
Beautiful hands by number 9, Keon Zipper here. The thing that's crazy, I thought for sure he's going to throw the route to the curl route in front of him, because that was covered pretty well, and the curl was wide open.
Up-tempo here for the Gators. Richardson steps up in the pocket with a man around his ankles. He throws it on the button to Xavier Henderson. Brock Harrison almost brought him down, but Richardson is too big for that, and now he's a little banged up.
He is. When they got pressure on there, as you see, he's coming around the edge here, the defensive end.
The ruling on the field is a completed pass, resulting in a first down.
As Brock Harrison's coming around, bending around there, he's staying nice and low on his lean, and he grabs Richardson by the ankle.
For the injured player.
He grabs Richardson by the ankle, and there's an example, Drew, where the last play, you know, he has the wide open wheel route, and he overthrows it. And here, there's a guy hanging on him. He throws a beautiful out route.
And that's good to see. Let's check Henderson's feet over here. If the left foot was the first one to hit the ground with the ball, that is not going to be a catch, but that's the right toe.
That's a great call by you, Drew, picking up on that, because he was out of bounds. They need to either challenge that real quick, or hopefully the replay is going to buzz down there, because he does not have possession of the ball when that left foot hits.
Here's Jalen Kitna. No review, first down Florida, and welcome to the SEC, young man. The son of the former NFL quarterback Jon Kitna in his first college action starts with a handoff around the left side. Naquan Wright finds his seam, lowers the shoulder, and picks up about 5 or 6 on first down. Cage Skank on the tackle.
And we talk about the coaches here with Jalen Kitna. There you see him with pops. Look at those smiles when you're youth and playing football and stuff. Jon Kitna was a phenomenal player at Central Washington and obviously in the NFL. And coaches talked about Jalen, how he can spin it, man. They're keeping him in there.
He's got a big arm. He was committed to Boston College for a few months. And the Steve Adazio staff decommitted, committed to Dan Mullen in Florida, stayed strong to his word. And on 2nd and 4, he'll throw for the first time, and he will complete. Ricky Pearsall, the ASU transfer, brings it in the red zone. Jalen Kitna's first pass as a Gator is a good one.
Here's what I like about Billy Napier with his play calling. His first play is a run. His second one is a controlled, looks like the run play, comes out, kid moves well, throws a dime right to Pearsall. Sorry, I mispronounced that a little bit. And he gets him moving the pocket to settle him down a little bit. Good play calling.
A gain of 22 on Kitna's first collegiate pass. Right at the 20. Henderson, the motion man. Back on the ground with Wright, and he is stacked up. 5-on-5 crime as Mitchell Johnson, one of their best defensive players, brings him down for a loss of about 5.
Nice penetration there by Mitchell. Really nice penetration there. But there's the Kitna kid. I'm excited to see what he has. His dad's a coach now. You're a coach's kid. Your dad played the same position you did. You see his stats there. I'm excited to watch him play a little bit. First time playing for Florida.
How about this connection, Coach? His dad, John, played at Central Washington, started over a guy named Bo Baldwin, who eventually was the head coach at Eastern Washington and won a national championship back in 2010.
Drew pulling out the trivia.
That's right. Useless information.
There you go.
2nd and 14, right on the carry. Brock Harrison brought him down.
All right, right here, you're in a 3rd and long situation. First of all, we're probably going to see some motion by Florida to make sure to see if they're in man or if they're in zone. And I can see them doing what's called a mesh route. They're gonna, 2 receivers are going to cross, and they're going to probably sit another guy right down in over the hole to make an easy throw for him. So let's see if they motion first of all.
There it is, the running back right. Swings out wide, Kitna finds it. Inside the 20, Wright shows the speed. Tight ropes the sideline for a first down, Florida inside the 5.
Well, we did get the motion there. Made a very high percentage pass, throwing it out there in the flat, you see here. Nice little toss and throw. Good block on the perimeter by Fraziers. Does a nice job of blocking on the perimeter, and then a nice run and a finish down there to the 2-yard line.
Injured Eagle.
Good news for Florida quarterback Anthony Richardson, who just came out of the injury tent, jogging back out into the huddle with his teammates.
It's been like a hot knife through butter today. Wright gets the call. Right around the left side and right into the end zone for 6. The Gators are humming on a Sunday afternoon. 3rd touchdown for the Gators in the first half. 1 through the air, 2 on the ground. And Adam Mahalik is 3 for 3. And Chisholm fields it at his own 5-yard line. A chance for a return for the all-conference wide receiver. Pushed out of bounds and stood up. Leaping in the air might not have been the most optimal decision. The receiver, Jaquavian Fraziers, was in there to make sure he wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, I was wondering if he had a cape on there or something, like he was trying to leap over him.
Gunnar Talkington, the quarterback, with Justice Jackson to his right. 3 Eagles bunched up at the top of your screen as Jackson goes in motion and Talkington looks that way and he's going nowhere. Flying in Jadarius Perkins to make the stop.
That was really a nice one-handed catch there, but Perkins, I call it vision and break. He sees the ball being thrown. Very good catch here. Quarterback probably should have threw a little bit longer, makes a great catch. And then it's Perkins, and not only did he make a nice play on the ball, but he wrapped up a body part for the tackle.
2nd down and 13. Talkington on the speed rollout completes, and that's a big gain for Freddie Roberson. Cut back upfield to about the 35-yard line after a gain of 19.
breaking down the fields on Freddie Roberson. I thought the man had really good hands and very nice change of direction, and he exhibited on that play with a nice catch there, makes a guy miss, slashes back into the middle of the field, and a nice first down play.
Kamari Wilson made the tackle, the freshman in his first career start. Roberson last week, a couple catches, 90 yards and a touchdown. He's scored in back-to-back games. Back on the ground with Jackson. Into that line for a short gain on first down.
They ran into that counter OT play. Wanted to pull the backside guard and tackle. It's a slow developing play, and the linebackers can get over top. Really nice design there by the offense. However, the defensive line for Florida did a good job of using their hands and getting off the blocks.
At a certain point, Coach, the scheme can only do so much, right?
Absolutely. Here comes a naked.
Talkington throws, swings it out, Roberson. And that should be enough for a first down, and it is near midfield.
Roberson makes a nice catch. They go in a bunch formation. Coach gets it. Gunner gets it out of his hands really fast, and it was really nice blocking on the perimeter.
That's Amari Burney. All games also available on the ESPN app. Hope Will Levis's finger is doing okay. I don't think it was supposed to bend the way it did yesterday. Gunner Talkington will sling it toward the sideline for Eastern Washington on first down. Out of bounds, incomplete, brings up second down, trying to find Efton Chisholm, his top receiver.
Yeah, they went what I call a reverse bone or a diamond formation there with the three backs behind him in the pistol and both on sides. They ran the fake toss into the boundary, came out here on the naked, and I think he was just throwing that one away.
One of only 2 incompletions for the first-year starter and 6th-year senior today. On second down, rolling, throwing on the run. Too much air on that one, trying to find Roberson. Brings up third down and 10.
Nice pressure from the left defensive end coming off the edge, and he throws that football. That was one of those 2 inaccurate throws that I haven't seen him all day. He's been pretty accurate all day except for those 2. Now he puts him in a third and long situation here.
Watch out for number 1, Brenton Cox, on the left side of that defensive line. He's been living in the backfield today. Third down and 10. Talkington dumps it down to the running back, Jackson, who was twisted down right before he got to the sticks by Scooby Williams, the redshirt freshman out of Birmingham.
Cox is doing a nice job there. He comes around the corner. You just mentioned him on the bend, and they ran a screen through the middle. And Scooby Williams, who's very, very good-looking young man playing linebacker there, does a nice job of tackling.
This is a young, deep, and talented linebacking core behind Burney and Cox. And Ventrell Miller. Kokic back out to punt for the second time today. Xavier Henderson standing at his own 10 to return, and before the snap of flag. 5 seconds still on the play clock.
False start. Kicking team, number 17. 5-yard penalty. Remains fourth down.
Penalty makes you scratch your head as a coach. Just watch the football on the punt. They're all instructed to watch the football when the ball moves with the cadence. Especially when Florida's in a punt-safe look. They weren't even coming to block it. Now they look like they're coming to block it.
You saw the long snapper Cody Clements there with some glorious salad out of that red helmet. Kokic's punt to Henderson. He's got space, and he's got a lot of speed, too. Former state champion in Florida, the 400-meter. Ducks down near the 25-yard line. That's where the Gators will start.
He's taking care of his alma mater, getting a paycheck back to their school.
Trevor Etienne is the running back, and they get fancy here. Ricky Pearsall on the wide receiver sweep, and Pearsall finds a seam. Ricky Pearsall down the left sideline, into the red zone, into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
And I asked him if there was going to be any trickery, and he'd get that little smile saying, yeah, maybe reverse or reverse pass or something, we'll see. I said, is that for your execution or to get that on film for his next opponent to work on? That was a very, very nice job by Pearsall, running down, tip and toeing the sidelines after a missed tackle.
Mahalik out for the extra point. quick strike offense for Florida. Hits again. Ricky Pearsall wearing number 1. This is a play that Percy Harvin would make here at the Swamp.
There's a throwback there, my man. Look at him tiptoe the sideline there, Drew.
Trey Smack to kick it away for UF. Chisholm is back there to receive it again. Calls for a fair catch, and EWU will start at the 25. And coach, break this down for us. What do you see?
What they do on the reverse, they run the zone play going into the boundary. They hand it back to Pearsall coming around. So here's the play, hands it back, a little pitch. Now here's the thing, look at number 76, my man Garage, going down there, gets a little chip, keeps hustling, keeps finding him, keeps going down with him. Everybody's running down there. A big guy's excited, throws his hands up in the air, and then we get the big bear shuffle here. Watch this. This is awesome. He is fired up, man. He wants to win. Woohoo!
I counted at least 3 pumps. That's Hingle McCringleberry. You got to be careful, big man. Tuna all to here around the left side for a solid gain on first down for Eastern Washington. You got to love seeing the big uglies getting their cardio in.
Hey, wait a minute now, dude. I was an offensive lineman. They were big. We ain't ugly now. We ain't ugly. We're the best athletes on the football field, those offensive linemen.
No doubt. It's a term of endearment.
The term of endearment is called mollyhawkers.
There you go. That Florida offensive line, pretty experienced, and they've been playing really well this year. Same thing there as Justice Jackson shoots through the middle to move the chains for Eastern Washington.
It's back-to-back tackles by McMillan, the safety there, coming in, playing, getting some reps there behind Wilson. Came back with that counter OT and got a little seam up the middle.
A good call, Stack Donovan. McMillan came in with only 1 snap this year. But they are testing the depth of that Florida secondary with no Trey Dean. Jackson again, he's going nowhere. Ball is on the carpet. And that's UF football. Jackson was stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Miguel Mitchell in there to make the play.
Penetration, defensive line, unbelievable penetration, comes in, strips the ball, got to lock that thing away, and now they're here. I'm curious to see what Coach Napier does here, Drew. Does he do the play action, go try to hit another big one? See the replay here is with Jackson, gets the ball in here, has the ball a little low. Here's the penetration coming inside, coming around back. It just slips out of his hands and they recover the football. Takeaways equal victory.
Used to have that on a business card, right, Stack?
Yeah, that was back in the day when we actually came up here and played and we got 6 takeaways. Thanks for letting me throw that in there.
There you go. There you go. Takeaway equals victory, and also the baller baton, which Miguel Mitchell got to hold for a second as the band started to play. Trevor Etienne, the running back, alongside Anthony Richardson. The offense has been highly calibrated today. Richardson, after the pump fake, throws up the seam, and it's hauled in. What a grab by Trent Whittemore inside the red zone.
Coach Went took advantage of it right off the bat here. Play action pass, gives a pump fake, looks for the vertical, it's not there. He does a nice job of checking it down then to the wheel route. Nice catch there. Ooh, if he keeps his feet, he might be running for another band play.
Whittemore, 6'3", 206 from right here in Gainesville, had to use that entire frame on the full extension. Etienne gets the call. Look out, the speed around the left side, and he's tripped up inside the 5. Trey Weed, who's playing in place of Darian Sampson, saved a touchdown, but there is a penalty marker. And this is coming back.
Yeah, they come on a bunch side here. He hits, look at that burst and acceleration that he has.
Offense, number 18, 10-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That's why that hole was big over there. They got a little grab on the clock there. But Weed has to be careful, though. That was like an ankle bite there on the tackle. He's got to wrap up. See him coming in here around the corner.
It's a tight end, Dante Sanders.
Yep, there's the hole right there. Now here comes a little ankle bite right here. See, he takes it low. He misses that. He's going to go into the end zone.
There's Sanders, the converted defensive lineman, playing tight end for Florida this year. Etienne stays in and gets the rock again around the left side. This time he is twisted down around the line of scrimmage.
they're doing a really nice job right now in their running game. What they're doing against Eastern Washington is they're putting what I told you before, FSL stands for that formation strength is into the sideline. They're packing it. Eastern Washington did a nice job of rolling down the safety over there. But these three running backs, man, it's a three-headed monster. It's enjoyable to watch all three of them playing here.
Yeah, great call, Stack. The other two, Naquan Wright and Montreal Johnson, have already scored this afternoon as we're approaching 3 minutes to halftime. Second down and 14. After the play fake, Richardson stands in, throws, end zone, touchdown! Xavier Henderson gets him jumping again at the Swamp.
They just gave him the old 3 to a 3. Nice touchdown. We talk about the accuracy that comes on and off with Richardson sometimes. That was a beautiful throw. That was poetry in motion. They get the play action pass, you get the high hat from the offensive lineman. He comes over, leads him right up over the shoulder. Beautiful throw. That was Anthony Smith there on the coverage.
Probably their best defensive player wearing the prestigious number 4. Henderson's first touchdown of the season. And Mahalik back out for another extra point. They're going to get the band some water. There is the ball or baton. Tiger Jones gives it to the guy who scored or forced a turnover. And look at Henderson getting jiggy with it.
You guys have just mentioned Tiger Jones, Florida's Director of Speed Improvement and Skill Development. This is a tradition that he started. He wanted the players to have something fun to celebrate, and Jones played 8 years in the Arena Football League, and he said if he didn't play football, he would have been a drum major. So
the defense has really tightened up after a couple of long drives to start for Gunnar Talkington in Eastern Washington. Cuts it loose down the sideline, too tall for Freddie Roberson.
Nice pressure on the inside there by Dexter. He pushed the pocket, put the guard right back in his lap. It's hard to throw a football when you're sitting in the quarterback's lap.
Eastern Washington, a team that's won 6 Big Sky titles in the last 12 years, and a national title back in 2010. Back on the ground with Micah Smith. It'll set up third down and about 4.
Nice vision by Micah. He started coming up better in the A gap, which is the gap between the center and the guard. It was clogged up. They did a nice job of clogging that gap. You see how he bounced it back to the outside. Got some yardage off of that.
Well, let's hope he's okay. That'd be a big loss for them. $114 and 2 scores last week in the 38-35 loss to Montana State, the number 14 in the country. Third down and 4. And they keep it on the ground with Justice Jackson fights forward to move the chains.
Really nice job there. They're being nice and patient on their third down and mediums. Short control passing game and running the football. You see their substitute. They're in their nickel package, their pass rush package, and they're popping a few runs on them. Good play calling.
That was Tuna Alta here, my mistake. And now 32 with a motion man. Under 2 to play in the second quarter. Talkington, look at the moves. A shimmy from the quarterback, and he slides down near the marker after a gain of about 9 on first down.
Beautiful, beautiful little wiggle move because they had him dead to rights there on the pass rush. You see him coming off the edge here. A nice little TE stunt. Here comes Dexter around the corner, misses the tackle. Nice move up inside, and he gets that first down, gets the little slide.
Shake and bake. Back on the ground with Alta here. That'll be enough for a first down. Eastern Washington. They have all 3 timeouts. Clock will stop to move the sticks. $1:16 until halftime.
They need a morale boost here. It'd be nice to go in the locker room with some points before half.
Talkington after the play fake. Throws it long. Left seam caught. Freddie Roberson paid the price, but he's down near the 30-yard line. Kamari Wilson lowered the shoulder.
Drew, everything about that play was fantastic. Beautiful throw, beautiful catch, and the safety did a really nice job of ballywaggling him, okay, on a great hit, and kept his head out of it, all that targeting stuff we all talk about. That was a heck of a play from all 3 people.
Eastern Washington, 30 seconds in lane.
Went for 22 yards. Eastern Washington burns its first timeout of the first half.
1 minute and 1 second back.
Good job. Fakes a little out, comes back to the post, catches it, and then gets whacked there by our freshman, Wilson. Stands in, takes a hit from the quarterback, gets up, delivers the throws. Everything about that play was awesome. Everything about that play was awesome.
Stars don't matter to Dave Steckel. Micah Smith back in there. And Talkington throws with a minute left in the second quarter. Incomplete. He had the open man. He was trying to find Nolan Ulm, who couldn't squeeze it.
Yeah. Nolan needs to look that ball into his hands. I tell a lot of people a lot of times, you know, you catch the ball with your eyes, because your eyes got to look it into your hands. You know, baseball guys do that. Football receivers, DBs, they got to do the same thing.
Chisholm, the motion man. Talkington fakes it to him, and they set up the short throw to the running back Smith, who dives forward at about the 25. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
That was a well-designed play on the
Eastern
screen.
Washington.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Second charge time of the half. Eastern Washington. 30 seconds in lead.
3rd down and 4.
There's that unbalanced formation where they're running that speed option to that nub side, to the guard tackle side over there, and there they come back to it.
They do it. They
Good
pitch it to
pitch.
Smith. And nice tackle for Florida. Rashad Torrance came in to chop down Smith.
He came from that safety spot like a missile coming down. As soon as he saw the speed option, he took off and made a beautiful play, wrapping him up and giving him 4th and 2 now. I'm going to say it again. I take the points here to get some morale boost here.
The clock is still winding. They've got a timeout. Now under 20 seconds, and Florida will use a timeout.
First charge time of the half. Florida. 30 seconds in lead.
December, so well-deserved.
4th and 3, Eastern Washington goes for it. Talkington throws. Tight coverage in the end zone. Nearly intercepted, but in and out of the hands of Torrance. Does not matter. Still a turnover. That's actually better for Florida, as they will start with the ball where they had it, Eastern Washington.
Play action fake here. Comes back. He's trying to hit the home run. Double covered. He probably should have dumped it down and got that 1st down. But Marshall does a really nice job of making the play and tipping the football. Torrance needs to come down with that, get the ball on the 25. Would have saved him 4 yards. That's modern math, 25 to 21. And he's doing some push-ups for missing the interception there. He's the same young man that was like a bullet coming out of the safety position on the speed option week.
Victory formation here for Florida to end the second quarter and take them to the break, leading by 32.
Players, what's impressing you most about the way your quarterback, Anthony Richardson's spreading the ball?
Really proud of the staff for having the players ready to play, you know. Feels good to execute. Obviously, we like to perform the same independent of the opponent, but settling down on defense, kind of bent but didn't break early, but it's good to see the energy. It's good to see the excitement from the players.
How do you carry that over into the second half?
Well, it's our job as the staff, right? I think this group, they're excited about getting better, right? That's been the focus. So let's go put another good half together.
Thanks so much, Coach. Appreciate it.
To receive the kick. Ooh, dropped it through the end zone, and say, yes, hold on. Xavier Henderson comes in there with the sage advice, take the touchback. Jalen Kitna, on a couple of snaps, he completed his first collegiate pass, but that was not by design. Richardson was a little banged up. Back out there now, and they'll start with a throw. Trying to take the top off the defense again. A flick of the wrist into quadruple coverage, and it's picked off. Marlon Jones, the nickelback, takes it away on the first play of the second half.
A little greedy on that play, Drew, and what I mean by that is I like the concept of trying to go hit the home run again, but the over route was wide open. If he throws the over route, watch this nice play action here. You see the over route going over to the right that's open, and then, like you said, quadruple coverage. Nice high point in the ball and getting the turnover.
Threw that into an Eagles nest.
Speaking of the Eagles nest, Travis, ENT's, the Jaguars are playing the Eagles.
That's right, and it's going well so far. Last I saw, they were up 14-zip in Philly, which would be a huge win. And Marlon Jones Jr., what a pick to set up EWU at the 25. That's where Gunnar Talkington takes back over. Micah Smith is the running back. They fake it to him. Talkington throws, out route complete to Freddie Roberson. First down, Eagles.
Another well-designed play I didn't see last time where they run like almost an ISO play. There's a flag on the play on the sideline there. They ran like a isolation play on the linebacker and threw the hitch out there to Roberson.
James Carter, our referee today. Check the first penalty of this third quarter.
The result of the play is a first down. After the play, personal foul, number 77 of the offense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
That's your boy, Steck. That's Wyatt Musser.
That's my guy. He's a tough, hard-nosed, aggressive guy, and obviously he was overly aggressive. Now he's pointing over there. He's pointing, goes, no, he started it.
Love to see that they're playing with some heart still.
Absolutely. They take the coach's personality. Coach Best is a tough, hard-nosed ball coach.
Talkington faked the pitch to Smith. Rolling to his right. Throwing on the run. That's caught. A quasi-back shoulder pass to the tight end, Blake Goebel. And that's good enough to move the chains.
That was a beautiful catch by Goebel here. He gets the perimeter here. You see the peel back block. They log boot in on the inside. And I thought the quarterback was going to run the ball, but he throws it the only place that he can catch it. Nice throw. Very nice throw.
Three tight ends in there for Eastern Washington. This time they do give it to Smith. And he runs into a wall of Gators after a gain of about 2 on first down. Shamar James, the freshman, in there first. And Steck, what do you think about the play design here we've seen from EWU? That was a pretty funky one with the fake pitch and rolling the other way.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of trying to move the pocket. You know, no offense to Talkington, but he's a little short for a quarterback, and they like to move the pocket, especially with that big, tall defensive line in there.
There's Coach Best. Talk about EKG's Eastern kind of guys, and Gunnar Talkington is certainly one of them. He completes again to Nolan Ulm. So it's a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, Coach Best, you mentioned EKG. I saw that on the back of his wall there. Eastern kind of guy. And you know why? Because he's an Eastern guy. You know, spent most of his adult life all there and does a very nice job. Okay, here's that unbalanced set again. 3rd down. They've been running in these situations here, Drew. Let's see if they keep that same motif going.
3rd and 3. And they do keep it on the ground. Tuna Alta here near midfield at the marker. First down, Eastern Washington. Now, an EKG, as they describe it in one word, is an overachiever. You know, everyone talks about in recruiting, height, weight, speed. Aaron Best told us that's about 10% of what they do. They want guys who overachieve.
And I think that goes back to Coach Best. He talked about how he was an overachiever. Walked on at Eastern, got a scholarship, did a really good job playing there. So he's an overachiever.
Fresh set for Eastern Washington. Alta here again, right up the gut. And maybe the quintessential EKG. You recognize this guy? Cooper Kupp, Super Bowl MVP, coming off one of the best NFL seasons ever for a wide receiver. Eastern Washington was one of 2 offers he had coming out of high school along with Idaho State. EWU was on him first, and they say his work ethic is the stuff of legend. What a career at Eastern Washington, one of 4 Eagles to win the Walter Payton Award. That's the most of any FCS program.
And he is still overachieving in the NFL.
No doubt. Talkington's pass incomplete, trying to find Efton Chisholm, who they say is a little Cooper Kupp-esque, number 89 in white. But talking with Aaron Best, it was funny to hear a story about how he got his son a Cooper Kupp jersey. He wore it one time to a game where Cooper Kupp was there. He actually led the team in prayer a couple nights before the game, and Bozeman signed the jersey, and his son said, "I want to frame this." He's like, "You just got it. You've only worn it once." But can't blame him. You don't want to let that get smudged.
Absolutely.
3rd down and 7. Incomplete. He hit the man on the numbers. Jacoby James on the beautiful back shoulder throw, but it brings up 4th down.
It was. He went to play it. They went their play action. They ran the drag out of the bunch set. They isolated the receiver over here, and he throws a back shoulder throw here. Nice job coming back to the ball. He took a peek to where the DB was and took his eyes off the football. James got to lock that into his hands.
Would have been a first down. Instead, it brings out Nick Kokich. Xavier Henderson back to receive the punt for Florida. He'll call for the fair catch just inside his own 10-yard line. Together this year. One of many connections between these two programs, including Jim McElwain, which is how this game got scheduled, the EWU alum. Florida keeps it on the ground with Montrell Johnson to start this drive. Connor O'Farrell on the stop.
I wonder what bet they have going in that locker room there, or how many points Cooper got.
Johnson is still down, part of that three-headed monster, along with Wright and ETN. Let's check watch number 2 in blue. Good to see that. He'll get a nice ovation. Second down and 3 after the 7-yard gain. Wright's the tailback behind Richardson. And he gets the call. Cuts back, finds a sliver, and picks up a first down, Florida.
Nice misdirection play. They ran zone back over here to the soft side here. Now guys are starting to drop here a little bit on the field. He wasn't even over by the play.
Montrell Johnson is back in the game as well. Good to see that. He left a couple plays ago for Florida. And the running back gets the play fake from Anthony Richardson, who loads it up again. Wide open receiver is Dejon Reynolds. Down the sideline inside the 30. Richardson continues to be surgical. That's a 51-yard gain.
Nice design on the sail over route here. He does the play action fake, as you see. He starts like he's going to roll. He sits up in the pocket. Here he comes, the over route, wide open. Our boy Crosby, our man here, he chases the post route and vacates his zone there.
Back on the ground with Johnson. Angling back to the right. Johnson to the outside. Lowers the shoulder, bounces off a tackle, and he brings Florida into the red zone.
It's good to see Montrell Johnson back again here. I think he should have put his foot in the ground, planted it, and hit it up north and south there. Could have got a little bit more yards there and got the first down.
Oh, get off me.
You know, the thing I noticed on that play too, though, is Eastern Washington still flying to the football and getting great effort.
They will not quit. Richardson gives it back to Johnson, and he is stood up right near the line. Brock Harrison came flying in there to bring up third down, a loss of 1.
Brock Harrison breaking his video down. I thought he was a super effort guy, played his gap, was hard-nosed, and there's a nice job there where he got penetration and ran him down from behind.
3rd and 3 here, partner. What do you think we see from Florida?
Well, this is 4-down territory type of thing. I can either see a 3-step drop type of route, or more importantly, either in the pistol, I can see him running zone. Yep, they just shifted out of pistol. Shows how much I know.
Emotion as Johnson comes to Richardson's hip. 2 tight ends also moved. 3rd and 3, Richardson throws to the running back. Johnson only needs a couple to pick up the first down, and his knee was down near the 20. And it'll bring up 4th down, Florida.
Well, there's a situation there. He went the 3-step drop. The hitch wasn't open. He throws it to the down route of Johnson. And again, Johnson's got to put his foot in the ground and hit it north. He gets that first down there. Nice hands coming out of the backfield here. Sees a little hitch isn't open there. Throws it down to the bottom. Good vision and break by the defense. He needs to stick it and go get that pylon. Not the pylon, but the down marker to get the first down.
Brings out Adam Mahalik for a 36-yard field goal. He missed his only attempt last week at Tennessee. Other than that, he's perfect. And that one is right down the middle. Trey Smack on the kick. Efton Chisholm back to receive for the Eagles. He'll take a knee. They'll start at the 25.
Co-defensive coordinator Sean Spencer said he's really professional how he handles his business, and Spencer knows a thing about being professional. He spent the last 2 seasons as a D-line coach for the Giants.
Good stuff, Morgan, as Eastern Washington starts on the ground around the left side. Tuna Alta here spins down for a first down. But Brenton Cox is an interesting guy. You mentioned he's from Georgia, Morgan. He started his career at UGA his freshman season. His first start was in the Sugar Bowl against Texas. Ever since he transferred to Florida and redshirted 1 year, he has started every game. And I don't know about you, Steck, but I'd want that guy on my NFL team.
He's an exceptional football player. Uses his hands well, can bend his knees, get to the quarterback. They also do in zone blitzes, drop him in coverage.
That's Justice Jackson on the first down carry for Eastern Washington. And Cox is a part of this defense, which, you know, Florida fans have been a little restless about the defensive performance so far, but you really cannot question the effort and the production so far for Brenton Cox, who you see has a couple tackles for loss in the first half here.
You cannot.
Micah Smith on the carry. Stood up in the hole, brings up third down. Tyreek Sapp, number 94, in there first, the redshirt freshman from Fort Lauderdale.
Tyreek Sapp had super quickness coming off the football and using his hands. They ran that ISO play. And the left guard there, my man Looser, didn't handle him well enough. He got inside that A gap. Made a nice stop. 3rd and 5. Watch for screens or draws here. A little 3-step.
Florida brings 4, and they get there. Ball is out, and this could be trouble for Eastern Washington, but the Eagles fall back on top of it. The center, Luke Dahlgren, came in to pounce. UF was thinking scoop and score.
I'll tell you what, on that play there, I was talking about their 3-step and their running. This is the first time they're going drop back pass. There's an unbelievable move inside. Comes up inside, hits the quarterback, punches the ball out. Oh man, Mia Elin.
Nice job.
I'll tell you what.
Uman Mielen on the force
I was
fumble.
practicing it all week and I still screwed it up. But that was a beautiful inside move. Inside hand, inside number, and leans to the quarterback. That was our first drop back pass.
Kokic back out to punt. Henderson back to receive. And he lost the football. And he picks it up. Xavier Henderson might have some space here as he reverses field and goes down inside the 30.
2 back-to-back turnovers that were recovered by the same team there.
That could have been trouble for the Gators.
That looked like big trouble. He comes in, he took his eyes off. Took his eyes off the football, but did a very nice job of coming to get it. He's the only guy who can advance a muff ball, which he did there. There's a little block in the back, it looked like. So here we go.
Hey, Stack, going back to that forced fumble, though, before the punt, as a defensive coach, does it drive you crazy when a guy doesn't just fall on the ball, tries to pick it up and run?
No, and the reason why is because we've always taught them in football, if you're going towards your goal line, scoop and score. If it's away from your goal line, then fall on, because you don't want to have not get the football, because you can't run that direction anyway, unless you're Jim Marshall for the Vikings. No offense to the Viking fans.
Jalen Kitna's back in there, the backup quarterback for Anthony Richardson. Gives it to Naquan Wright around the left side. Near first down yardage as we see Kitna coming back out. This is the first time where it has been, I guess you could say, the choice of the staff, because the last time we saw him, you see 2 for 2, was when Richardson was a little dinged up with what appeared to be an ankle issue. But Kitna making his collegiate debut. He redshirted last year, seeing his first action here in 2022.
It's a nice job of getting these guys in here. The thing I like too, but he's doing here on this first series, is he's having Kitna work behind the first string offensive line to see what the young man can do and produce.
That's a great point, partner. The first team receivers too, as Kitna airs it out, right sideline, right on the money. Touchdown, Florida. Caleb Douglas, hello, number 12. 62-yard pitch and catch. Mihalik's extra point is pure. And how about this dime from Jalen Kitna?
Incredible, incredible. Come back, nice clean pocket here, okay? 3-step drop out of the thing there. Picks it up, throws it down, right on the money, in stride, as he runs into the end zone. Look at the receiver here, coming back, looking for the ball. Now, here's the other thing that happened there. The defensive back looked for the ball. instead of looking at his man, and I've said it 100 times, if you see the ball thrown, Drew, you're going to see the ball getting caught, and that's exactly what happened. But what a throw by Jalen Kitna. That's going to make Papa proud.
Oh, yeah. Anthony Richardson, of course, a guy who knows what it's like to sit and wait. Last year, Emory Jones, the quarterback for UF, now at Arizona State. Safe hands.
Look at his throw here. Leads up, leads with his step, comes up over the shoulder, right in stride, and right into the end zone. Picture perfect. That could be a postcard.
I have a feeling that's going to be on some highlight reels after this one. Gunnar Talkington back to work on offense for Eastern Washington. Incomplete, trying to find the running back, Tuna Altahir.
That was the first time all day Gunnar Talkington was a little quick with his throw there. He had the guy in the flat, rushed it just a little bit.
This EWU team will not give up. They made the 2,700-mile trip from Cheney, Washington to Gainesville, Florida for this one. They also played at Oregon earlier this year, lost 70-14. Running it this time is Altahir, and he's spun down near the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up third down again.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand the wear and tear from traveling. You just mentioned 2,700 miles. However, you know, the 12 noon kickoff, for their biological clock, that's 9 a.m. in the morning. So I think they're really coming out here and competing and playing, giving great effort for Coach Best.
Hey, by the way, see that bottom of your screen? 13 Kentucky, a new AP poll is out. Big news in the SEC, Alabama has leapfrogged Georgia for the top spot. Talkington's pass complete. That's nowhere near first down yardage. Derek Wingo was in there along with Jalen Lee to blow it up and bring up fourth down.
Defense really settled in coming into this second half here. Coach Spencer, Coach Tooney went in and made some good halftime adjustments here. They're really struggling trying to move the football.
Kokic out to kick it away again. That is a bullet, but play is blown dead. Couple of flags out there.
False start. Kicking team number 21. 5-yard penalty. Remains fourth down.
Steck, is that 2 false starts on punts?
Yes, that turns a coach's hair gray real quick. I should know because I got a lot of gray hair, man.
The Silver Fox.
Silver Fox. You can quote that one.
4th and 13 now for Kokic. Remember, Henderson muffed the last one. He's back there again, and he picks this one up cleanly at his own 40. Henderson is taken down by his shoestrings. Kitna keeps it on the ground with Trevor Etienne. Speaking of family ties, younger brother of Travis Etienne, now with the Jaguars. Cage Skank on the stop.
Etienne did a really nice job of jump cutting back to behind the tackle's rear end and getting that extra yardage in there. Yeah, John Kitna, a little other trivia, when he was at Central Washington, a friend of mine, Bruce Walker, I coached with many years, was the offensive coordinator, and they won the national championship, Division II national championship, with John Kitna at the helm.
There you go. Bo Baldwin was on the staff, or he was a quarterback there behind Kitna. Went on to win a national championship as Eastern's head coach. Kitna fires again. Right sideline. He was trying to hit Douglas, who he just connected with for a 60-plus yard touchdown.
He had him open. He overthrew him just a little bit there. Douglas is already, I'm getting ready to say, Kitna's go-to man is Douglas. They got a rapport going on there.
Oh, yeah. There's something to be said for that, right? When they're in practice together, running on the second team.
Absolutely. He's going to want to wish he had that one back because that was another touchdown there.
Jalen Kitna, whose hometown's listed as Tacoma, Washington, went to high school in Burleson, Texas. In his first UF action here. On 3rd down and 2, he will throw again. He will test the right side again. And that's broken up, incomplete. He was trying to find Douglas one more time. Marlon Jones, who's had a great second half, broke it up.
Excellent coverage there by Jones. See this coming out of here. Look, it comes back, looks back at the ball at the right time, gets that long arm up. He was a really good-looking kid when I went down the field, walked around. Not the tallest player in the world, but has long reach, long arms, which you saw that with his right hand coming up and knocking that ball out.
6 foot, 185. Offense stays out there. Scared money don't make money. 4th down and 2. Florida's going for it. Kittner rolls to his right. Etienne is there on the catch near the sticks, and he got spun down. Turnover on downs as Keyshawn King makes the stop.
Nice play by King. Coming up, vision and break. Probably should have thrown the ball to him just a tad earlier, so King couldn't have reacted here. He's nice job on the play action fake coming out. If he gets him the ball right there, King doesn't have time to get off that block and react. He probably gets those 2 yards. And the other part of it is Travis should have put his toe on the ground a little quicker. He didn't want his punter to get any work today.
So far, they have had none. Florida last week at Tennessee was 5 for 6 on 4th down. Billy Napier, the gambler.
He's an analytic gambler.
Gunnar Talkington throws, completes. First play of a new drive. Anthony Stell picks his way forward for about 6 on 1st down. And Billy Napier's an interesting guy. You know, we talked to him about it this week, those 4th down conversions. He also went for 2, down 11. A lot of people were saying, why would you do that if you could tie it with a field goal and a touchdown? Well, his rationale is you don't want to play for a tie, especially if you're on the road as a double-digit underdog. You're trying to play for the win. You can kind of accelerate that process. That's why they went for 2.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good decision there on his part. That's where the analytics really come in. He has a coach that's just in charge of those things, giving him that feedback as the game goes on. And I like that. And the reason why I like that is the old, who was it, Herm Edwards? You play the game to win.
You play to win the game? Yes, sir.
You out there to win the football game.
He did also tell us, and you asked him, Stack, point blank, is it always analytics or do you sometimes go with the gut? And he said it's a balance.
Which is really incredible. When I became a play caller, someone told me, you know, you got to go with your gut. You got to have a good gut. And I think what that meant was by studying video and preparing helps your gut.
Well, now Eastern Washington has a decision to make after Tuna Alta here picks up 3 on 3rd and 4. Right at midfield, it's 4th down and 1.
Billy Napier's going to go for it. So is Coach Best, it looks like.
Love it. With a minute to play in the 3rd quarter, Coach Best's team down 45-3.
You know, I got my old saying, you don't say whoa in the middle of a horse race. You got the chains moving. Let's go. 4th and 1. Let's go get one here.
Talkington fakes the pitch. Rolling to his right. Throws incomplete off the hands of his tight end, Jet Carpenter.
Well-designed play. Carpenter's got to come that down with that football. Tad high, but in his hands. That was a really good execution of the play here. Fakes the toss into the boundary, rolls out with a guard pull to seal the edge, throws the football. Got to come away with that catch. That would have been a big-time catch right there.
He hit the 6'4" tight end in the hands. Had to go up top for it. But it's a turnover on downs for Eastern Washington, and Jalen Kittner in Florida will start right at midfield.
Comes fly motion from the Z receiver, I bet.
There is some motion. And Lorenzo Lingard gets the call on 1st down. His first carry today, the redshirt junior out of Orange City and the Miami transfer. One of the coolest recent traditions in all of college football. Jalen Kittner back at the helm for UF, the backup quarterback in for Anthony Richardson. And Kittner will throw left side to the running back, Lorenzo Lingard, the 5th-year senior. Made a one-man miss, took it inside the 30 for a 1st down Gators.
Nice job there by Kittner. They went back with that play action sail route and the over route. Both were well covered, and he hit the check down. Shows you he can see his progressions and work through them.
Check out the brand new AP poll, hot off the press. Georgia falls to 2 after sneaking by Mizzou last night. Alabama back up to number 1. 4 teams in the top 10. Tennessee stays at 8. Ole Miss into the top 10 after their win over Kentucky yesterday.
Never understood how you could drop a team after they win.
Kitna throws, right side, complete. That's Dejon Reynolds up the sideline, puts the head down inside the 10.
Nice pitch and catch, nice run after the catch.
21-yard pitch and catch. You don't think Georgia should have fallen?
No, you won the football game.
Well, they already jumped Alabama, even though Alabama hasn't lost.
Well, I didn't know that. I don't follow it that close. I just worry about what the rankings are at the end of the season.
That's right. That's when it really matters.
It'll all take care of itself. But when you leapfrog a guy after you win a football game, it always made me scratch my head.
Look forward to the college football playoff rankings coming out in a few weeks here. We are into October. It's crazy. That's Lingard. Off tackle, right side. Fights forward near the 5-yard line. Lorenzo Lingard, who was a consensus 5-star recruit out of University High School in South Florida. Looks like that Orange City, Florida.
It's always exciting for me to watch when, you know, the game is getting out of hand, obviously. Okay, stating the obvious. I'm King Obvious here, Captain Obvious. But the twos are getting work now. That's invaluable as the season moves on. You get to evaluate these young men on can they contribute down the road here. Center forgot to snap the ball.
False start. Offense, number 0, 5-yard penalty. Second down.
They give it to the receiver, Jaquavion Fraziers.
They had to pick a guy on that one, Drew, but if you ask me, that was a center, didn't snap it on the clap.
They've got the second string offensive line in there. There's Richie Leonard IV, who's moved around a lot along the offensive line.
Yeah, he's played both guard positions. He's played the center position. He always, if you notice this game, he jumped in there in the second quarter. He's been getting reps.
Second down and goal from just inside the 10 now. Kitna swings it out left side, and that's blown up. It was Jordan Pouncey, the wide receiver, and Marlon Jones again in there to make the play.
Marlon Jones is coming on in the second half. Does a nice job of beating the block. Our man Reynolds, who made a nice catch just a minute ago, has to block that perimeter. Jones is a good little football player.
And he's had a great second half. Third and goal from outside the 10. Lingard gets the call and walks in for the Florida touchdown.
Drew, that hole was so big, I think I might have been able to run through that one. That offensive line really pushed the level up, got into the second level block. He just kind of walked all into the end zone here. Here's our guy Leonard getting up to the second level, makes a block on the seal. They push back on the linebacker coming upfield and running through the end zone. And he's going to get that baton again.
There it is. Strike up the band. A 50 burger for Florida. Mahalik's extra point. Low and good. Some other big headlines from the AP poll as this will be a touchback for Epton Chisholm in Eastern Washington.
Your alma mater jumped into the top 25.
Hey, I'm glad you mentioned it because Kansas, you saw, first time hosting College Game Day next week. Now only 5 programs in the Power 5, I'm sorry, 7 programs in the Power 5 have yet to host College Game Day. One of them is Syracuse, and maybe that should change later this year if they can win some games in this gauntlet and remain undefeated.
It ain't changing, man. It's probably snowing up there in Syracuse already.
Got NC State coming up, the JMA Wireless Dome after a bye. Just crushed Wagner. In fact, it was 10-minute quarters in the third and fourth in that game. Gunnar Talkington loads it up and throws the wheel route and does it beautifully. Completes it to Nolan Ulm for a first down Eastern.
What a throw and catch. Ulm is having a nice day today. He came into the season with only 6 catches. I believe that's his second or third catch today, but look at that throw on the money, right over the shoulder. Beautiful pitch and catch.
How about Ulm? They say he is an EKG Eastern kind of guy, an overachiever. Great catch for 23 yards. And they go right back to him on first down. That's a short gain for Ulm.
Short gain, gain to Clock keeps running here.
And making that play was DeJuan Black, who some Florida fans have been really excited to see, number 30 in orange and blue. If you've been on Twitter in the last week, you probably saw the onside kick recovery on Rocky Top last week where he went full jump man to haul it in. He's got tons of athleticism, and now he's getting some reps on defense. And he's back in there again, and he does make the stop on Tuna Altahir on the second down carry.
Did a nice job of safety blitz coming off the edge, sees the handoff, and he bends down line of scrimmage instead of getting vertical up the field. Makes a nice little tackle. Got a third down play here now. They've been running in these situations. Let's see what happens here, obviously.
Talkington looked right, now throws that way, and it is complete. Should be enough for a first down, Eastern Washington, and it is. He found the tight end, Aiden Neller.
They're changing their MO a little bit here, Drew. They're changing their MO a little bit. They've been running on third down, breaks the box. Tendency breaker for next week. Got off coverage over here to the trip side.
That's complete again. And a big hit at the end of that play. As Talkington converts, finds Efton Chisholm, his top receiver. Corey Collier came in there late to deliver the blow.
Come over here to the trip sides. They fake a little screen out top here, and they slip them out over here in a little mini wheel route after the fake bubble. Nice catch. Ah, there's something we haven't seen today, a little huddle.
Huddle?
Yeah.
What's that?
I know, exactly.
A funky formation for Eastern as Talkington throws off his back foot, incomplete, trying to find the running back, Silas Perea. Kamar Wilcoxon was in there on the pressure.
Wilcox was coming off the edge on big pressure, unblocked. Kind of rushed that throw a little bit so he wouldn't get ballywaggled before the hit.
Ballywaggled? Can we say that on the air?
Ballywaggled?
I don't know if that's in the Merriam-Webster, Coach.
Well, see, I'm just a font of new words.
Font of trivia, font of vocabulary. This guy's got everything. Wow, that one is stood up in a hurry, and it's DeJuan Black again. Pretty good audition for number 30.
He's having a heck of a football game here. Comes up inside, they run a little X stunt there, comes in, nice wrap. Very impressed with Florida's linebackers. They can run, they can hit, they got speed, they look like they play with some intelligence.
3rd and 14 for Talkington, who loads it up and throws. End zone touchdown! Dropped it in the bucket to Jacoby James.
Nice throw. Really nice throw. Here's the EKG. Here's the overachievers. All seriousness. There's 8 minutes left in the game. They're getting their rear end spanked 52-3, and they keep fighting, man. He sets up plenty of pocket protection there. Throws it up and over. Safety didn't get enough range over top of it. What a beautiful play.
That's like a vintage Russell Wilson throw. You get an undersized quarterback, Talkington, 5'9", 5'10", just a beautiful deep ball. Seth Harrison out for his first extra point of the day. And that is good. Yeah, sounds like they've smoothed it over, but we'll see what happens between the lines.
Yep, and Volunteers got to go into LSU. Which
We're in the 4th quarter here, and Jalen Kitna's back out there. Anthony Richardson's day appears to be done. And what a game it was for QB1. As Kitna throws, defender got there early to break up the pass. Tried to find Jonathan Odom, the tight end.
You know,
Pass interference. Defense, number 38, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
when you're up big and your twos are in the game here, there's always a different of opinions from coaches. Some coaches just want to run the ball and go home, and some guys say, hey, these are our twos. We need to get them reps in our system to see how they can function out there. With Kitna running the play action pass, they are still running the football, but they're also still throwing the football.
It's actually 97 Griffin McDowell, the tight end, who's back out there along with Odom. Tight set here for Kitna in Florida with a play clock at 2. And a whistle, and it was a delay of game.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That's the first sign of inexperience a little bit, taking his eyes off the shot clock over there and getting that delayed game. Coach Napier walked back up the sideline to kind of let him know.
We've talked about consistency all day, Coach, and Billy Napier wants them to finish strong here.
He does.
He's yelling play clock. It's already down under 10 again. This is Trevor Etienne. Sheds one tackle, sheds another, turns upfield, pushes the pile forward. Sherwin King was in there first for Eastern Washington, but good effort from the freshman.
That was phenomenal effort from the freshman. There's 2 missed tackles, drug the pile about 2 or 3 yards with them. Excellent run, good burst, good leg drive.
Trevor Etienne, of course, younger brother of Travis. Their mom, Danetta, lives in Jacksonville now, about an hour and a half away from Gainesville. And Danetta plans to stay there for the world's largest cocktail party, his first game against Georgia in Jacksonville, as opposed to going overseas to watch Travis play. What a grab on the sideline. That'll count. Kitna was on the money, and near the sideline, that was Khalil Jackson hauling it in.
Look at that eye-hand coordination, bringing the ball in, keeping his shoulder and knee back in bounds, stretches out for the pass. Whoa. Pretty.
Bunch at the bottom of the screen. Kitna evades the rush, rolls to his left. He can run a little bit. Instead, he throws toward the end zone, just out of the reach of Jackson, who made that great snag on the last play.
I got to tell you, Drew, this is a big-time play here by the quarterback. He gets some pressure, moves out, gets out of the trouble, rolling to his left, and I thought he threw a heck of a pass there that probably could have been caught. I was very impressed with that throw. Daddy taught him some things in the backyard, huh?
Yeah, we asked the coaches who's a better runner, John Kitna in his prime or Jalen Kitna. They said, not sure, but Jalen would probably tell you that he is. Marcus Burke, the motion man, and Kitna will throw again. Over the middle, incomplete. Looked like his wide receiver wasn't ready for it. Jamarcus Weston, who is still fighting for position, brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, I think Jamarcus stops his route a little early there. If he kept coming across the middle, they would have got that football thrown to him, because that was not a bad football throw. It's exciting from a coach standpoint to watch all these young players get out there in the field. My spot chart's not working anymore.
Yeah.
But you know what? I like these young guys getting work, seeing who can play.
Oh, a little miscommunication there. We'll see if they blow it dead. Kitna throws incomplete. I don't think this play is going to count. Now, there are 2 flags on the field.
Outside. Defense, number 99. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
All right, so it was a free play.
It was. I
Looked
thought
like
they would
Kitna wasn't ready for the snap.
Well, he wasn't, because the center sees him jump offside, so he snapped the ball to him. And then they usually blow the play dead when there's a unobstructed view to the quarterback on their path.
Pretty heads-up stuff from the center there.
You know, centers, I was a center. They're the smartest guys on the field out there.
It's Jake Slaughter, redshirt freshman out of Spar, Florida. Play clock at 3. Kitna takes the snap and gives it on the ground to Lorenzo Lingard, who scored earlier in the second half. Daniel Tamoy-Payao on the stop. So for Florida, trying to get tuned up for Missouri next week. It brings up 4th down here, leading by 42. And it looks like Mahalik will have a chance here.
A late substitution there.
This one will be from 46. Mahalik's 1 for 1 today. Low snap, put down. Mahalik's kick is blocked.
Advice he gave him was that the game is all about people. It's all about relationships. And football is a game, but Bill Napier passed away from ALS in 2017. The foundation of his coaching beliefs, though, still carried on through his son, guys.
Yeah, no doubt, Morgan. Bill Napier raised a heck of a coach here in Billy Napier in year 1 at Florida. What a successful run he had at Louisiana. 3 10-win seasons, a couple of AP rankings in the final poll.
That's a big-time hire, in my opinion, Drew. You know, like I said before, I watched him over at Louisiana Lafayette. Got his first job by a man named Brian Maggard, who's the athletic director, was with us at Mizzou at the time. And Billy has just done a really, really good football job.
And you see the 2-2 start for Billy Napier in year 1. I mean, that's got to have an asterisk based on their schedule. It has been an absolute gauntlet. They start with Utah at home. They win. You know, everyone is super high on Richardson and Napier. They beat a top 10 Utah team, then lose to Kentucky, barely beat South Florida, lose at Tennessee. But all those games have been close. So for Florida, I mean, for me, it's a pretty impressive start under a new head coach.
The future's bright. There's all 3 of those teams, when he played them, were in the top 10 in the country. You know, so you can sit there and say, well, the rankings this, rankings that, but Tennessee's in the top 10 still. Kentucky just slipped out of it with a phenomenal football game against Ole Miss. You know, Coach Stoops got it rolling over there and doing a good job, and Billy Napier is going to be a force to be reckoned with down the road here. Gets his recruits in place and his system in place.
I'm with you. New quarterback for Eastern Washington's Keikoa Viceparis, and they keep it on the ground and pick up the first down with Tuna Alta here.
You know, I remember going back, you know, coaches always study football and stuff, and I was blessed to spend a little time and learn some stuff from Tony Dungy. And I'll never forget, it was his 3rd year at Indianapolis Colts. So we're talking about professionals, right? And he says, yeah, it's our 3rd year. We're starting to get it. I'm like, 3rd year, starting to get it?
Right.
And they want, you know, these kids here with a whole new system. And he talked about how his coaches have to learn the system. Everybody here is a rookie at Florida. They're all in here new, and they're putting together their plan and their program.
You don't really get 3 years anymore, especially in a place with expectations like these. Viceparis throws incomplete. That could have been 6.
He tried to undercut the route, got it up over top of him, and if the quarterback doesn't get hit while he's throwing, that might have been a little bit more money there. Throws a little bit. I looked at it into his hands.
It was Malachi Roberson who couldn't bring it in. DeJuan Black applied the pressure and was a little slow to get up afterward, but he's still out there, so that is a great sign for UF, a guy who the fans love to see. 2nd down and 10. Viceparis will throw again. It's a dart to the right sideline, complete.
I was a little impressive by Viceparis in that out route. He hit it right there on rhythm.
That is Black, who's still down. Keikoa Viceparis is the quarterback for EWU, replacing the starter Gunnar Talkington. They keep it on the ground with Tuna Alta here. Jamari Lyons in there to make the tackle for Florida.
Got the first down and moving the sticks there.
Viceparis is a guy they're really excited about. The head coach, Aaron Bess, says everything screams stardom for Keikoa. Mild-mannered guy, lets his play do the talking. They look forward to him leading them in the future. He's a redshirt freshman.
It's good for him to learn from Talkington, too, to learn the system and stuff.
That's another nice pass on the out route to the sideline, but it is incomplete.
I think it is feeding bounds.
Isaiah Howard was out of bounds.
Tell you what, though, Drew, that throw was on a rope coming down the sideline. I can see what Coach Bess sees now when talking about this young man. His future is going to be bright.
Yeah, we got to see him warming up on the field pregame, and he throws a nice ball. 2nd down and 10. Viceparis saw the C's part, and he takes advantage. Keikoa Viceparis scores at the Swamp.
He can run also. Did you see that burst up the middle? They were in man-to-man coverage with a post player, and when they ran their routes, everybody's eyes are off to the quarterback there. You see them all in man-to-man going wide open in the middle. There's nobody home, and he beats them into the end zone. Our man Wilson got picked by the official. Nice burst.
There's not a whole lot of tape on this guy. He threw 2 passes and ran once for 4 yards all season coming in. Here's Seth Harrison for the extra point.
The extra point is good. Number 83, Seth Harrison.
Watch Vizperis here. The jets on this kid.
It's unbelievable. Sets up in the pocket, good protection, but it was excellent coverage by the Florida Gators. No one's home in the middle. He gets that burst, comes up the middle.
Here's Trevor Etienne. Fields it at his own goal line. Etienne finding a crease. Brought down just inside his own 25.
Extremely impressed. Extremely impressed. They just keep restocking, reloading here with these kids. I think they got a really good 2-quarterback system. Nice run here, makes them miss. You know, we're talking about Lingard here. And he's like their 4th or 5th running back. You know? And it's just like reload, pop another guy in there. And the other thing, I know the Eastern Washington's O-line's a little worn, D-line's a little worn down, and their linebackers. But the second string offensive line is impressing me also. They're playing with pad level. They're well coached. Their offensive line coach, Coach Sales, also the coordinator, and he does a really good job of coaching those linemen. You can tell what kind of a coach is when their 2s come in and there's not a big drop off and they're fundamentally sound. And that's what I see coming out of Coach Sales' offensive linemen.
Eddie Battle is the running back behind Kitna, and they give it to 45 in orange and blue, and there goes Battle inside the 35, brought down by the shoestrings. Sherwin King might have saved a touchdown with that tackle.
He did save a touchdown. Was really good. Battle didn't have that home run speed though, that second gear, because that was open, man. There's again, look at the offensive line getting that thing. He might have missed a little holding call right there. Nice tackle.
It's a gain of 25 for number 45.
You know, it's a Sunday, and I saw it hit 2 minutes. I was thinking for the 2-minute warning, but that's an NFL thing.
Watching the Gators on a Sunday. Battle again. Right up the gut. Down near the 25.
Nice jump cut coming back over top of the butt of the right guard there, getting a little push.
Speaking of the NFL coach, we might have some Jags fans watching. They were up 14-0 in Philly. After the first quarter, it's now 20-14 Eagles.
Ooh. I'm sure the Eagle fans, I'm from Pennsylvania, I'm sure those Eagle fans are booing somebody, though.
No, I mean, they're very even-keeled, very patient.
Yeah, very. They got Peterson won a Super Bowl for him coming back to town, too.
That's right. Here's Carlson Joseph, 38, on the stiff arm, says, get off me, discards a defender, and he's down near the 20. That's where the marker is. Might be enough for a first down, and it is.
Got to give a shout-out to... talking about the Jags, though, you got to give a shout-out to Eastern Washington fans. Seattle, I saw, was winning their football game.
That's right. Yeah, they're putting it on Detroit in the Motor City, 31-15 midway through the 3rd.
This could be the last play of the game.
What a day for Anthony Richardson. 30 seconds to play here. Again, it's Joseph on first down. And that should do it here at the Swamp.